Hello guys, it's Jerry here, and today we're gonna be comparing two very popular mice from two very different worlds. So let's take a look at this corner. It's the MX Master 3 from Logitech. This is a very futuristic looking thing. It has curved lines all around it and buttons everywhere. I think you know what this is because if you look at any room tour project, likely most of them feature this mouse. So yeah. And let's take a look at the other corner. We have this very simple and minimal looking thing. It's the Apple Magic Mouse 2. And it just has a glass surface on the top with aluminum at the bottom. So let's compare these two mice from 7 topics. And for each topic, I'm going to give a winner to one of the mouse. And in the end, I'm going to gather all of them up and see which one wins. So let's kick it off. So the first topic is aesthetics. Let's take a look at the MX Master 3 first. It has this very soft rubber on the top that is very pleasing to hold, so your hand doesn't slide around it. It also has 2 metal scroll wheels, one from top to bottom and the other from side to side. This is gonna help a lot with video editing and web browsing, and I'm gonna talk about that further in this video. And next, one aesthetic that I especially like about this mouse. Do you see all those curvy lines? They're actually one single line that connects the whole mouse. So let's take a look at the front here. You wrap around and make a turn here. You go down for the thumb support and you wrap around the back and go to the right. And you end up at the front again. So this is a good looking line that I really like about this mouse. So next, let's talk about this side. The Apple Magic Mouse 2. So it is, first of all, very minimal looking. It has this glass surface on it, which is very, very smooth to the touch. And as you can see, it's very, very thin, so it is very great for traveling. So for this topic, I have to give it to both because I really like the futuristic looking of this, but I also enjoy the minimalist of the Apple Magic Mouse 2. So let's move on to the next topic. The features that the two mice have. So the Logitech mouse has customizable buttons. We'll talk about that further down in this video. Next, Logitech refer the scroll wheel as mag speed scroll wheels. So you can basically switch between this ratchet feeling where you have a bump in the middle, or you click this button and just go free scrolling with no resistance at all. And something else that I like about this mouse, I feel like you guys won't care about this feature because you are like, oh, I don't use this feature and I don't feel like it's important. But in some scenarios, it's really annoying. So this mouse has a glass tracking feature in its sensor and it can basically track on glass. So like if you go to a hotel room and you have a glass table that you want to do some work on, like this Apple Magic Mouse just won't work. It won't track anything, but this mouse will. So moving on to here. This has a very good feature I like. So basically the whole top portion of this mouse is a trackpad. So you can just basically swipe through the web pages. This is also very useful when video editing, just like the MX Master 3 with the horizontal scroll. You can just scroll through your timeline flawlessly without it cutting up because you have to like press the scroll wheel button side to side. But for this topic, I definitely have to give it to the MX Master 3. It has many customizable buttons that you can just really do things with it. And the scroll wheel, they just feel so pleasant to use. And the side scroll wheel, like you can just scroll through your timeline so flawlessly. But I still like this Apple Magic Mouse with the trackpad. But overall, yeah, the MX Master 3 is so much better. So moving on to the next topic is the ergonomics. Like, I don't even want to talk about this. You know who's the winner, right? Like, it's so comfortable to use. It's like how your hand just rests is basically what you do on this mouse. Like, it's just like a hand, like sculpted. But this is also pretty good because if you're left-handed, you can't really use this. It's like very weird to use. But for the Apple Magic Mouse, you could. But since I'm a right-handed person, this is just so much better. Again, moving on to the next topic, I'm gonna compare these mice compatibility. So I've got 3 devices here. Wait, let me just get this. Oh, it's very heavy. Okay, so let's put some space here. So this is my iPad Pro 2020 that I just got. And next is my old Surface that I don't use anymore. And this is my mom's device, the 2020 MacBook Air that launched on the same day as the iPad Pro. So we're going to compare these 2 mice on 3 different OSs. Okay, so we're finally back. And I got my mouse connected to 3 different OSs, which the MX Master 3 could definitely do, but I have to connect each one with the Apple Magic Mouse. So let's first start off with the iPad OS. So it just had mouse support for iPad OS 13. I've been using the MX Master 3 for editing lately on the iPad Pro, so I know it works very well. So you can see it moves around flawlessly, and you can just swipe up for the control center and swipe down for the home. But there's one little thing though. So when you want to scroll through the pages on the home screen, you have to move it by a lot like this. You have to use like half your thumb because it's just not compatible with it yet. Like you scroll a little bit, it won't go over. So it works pretty much flawlessly with the MX Master 3. And next we will have to connect the Apple Magic Mouse to my iPad Pro. Okay, so guys, we're back. Now the Apple Magic Mouse 2 is finally connected to my iPad. And you know this will work flawlessly because it's just made for this. Like you can scroll around, scroll to the side, and just go to Control Center. And compared to the MX Master 3, just swipe through the home screen pages a lot better. Because first, it's made compatible with iPad OS out of the box. And like it just got a built-in trackpad on it, so you can just swipe around like a trackpad. So for the iPad OS, so it is definitely better with the Apple Magic Mouse. But for editing videos, because you use this dedicated to an application, like you have the side scroll wheel, which is so pleasant to use. So I would recommend this to do productivity work like everyday web browsing. But this for actual video editing and scrolling through timelines. So I'm gonna connect both of these to the macOS Catalina on my mom's device. Okay, so I finally connected my MX Master 3 with macOS. So I can just move around it so flawlessly, and like scrolling through web pages, it's like flawlessly. Just scrolling up and down, it's just so flawlessly with the macOS. It honestly is the same as using on Windows. And now I'm gonna do a test with the Apple Magic Mouse. Okay, so guys, I don't know why it's not connecting to the macOS, but yeah, you just have to take my words for it. It just works flawlessly because it's both Apple products, and I don't need to explain more. So moving on, it's my Surface. So my MX Master 3 just connected flawlessly because I have connected with it before. And yeah, it just works as you think. It's just flawlessly again. Okay, so I have connected the Apple Magic Mouse with my Surface. And it seems to work. Like when your mouse moves around, it works. But for scrolling, like, it just doesn't work at all. Like, yeah, so this Apple Magic Mouse, it's definitely not recommended for the Surface. Okay, so I finally have these devices out of the way. For the compatibility overall, I have to give it to the MX Master 3 because at least it works on all the devices. So now I'm gonna do a button test of these 2 mice. Oh, you're back. So this isn't really a comparison since the Apple Magic Mouse only has one click. But on the other side, the MX Master 3 has 6 different programmable buttons with 2 primary clicks. So yeah, you definitely see the winner here. It's the MX Master 3. Okay, so next we're gonna compare the battery life of these two mice. So on the Logitech official website, they say that this mouse is gonna have 70 days of battery on a full charge, and it's gonna last 3 hours from a 1-minute charge. And speaking of charging, it charges through this. A normal USB to a USB Type-C cable, and you can just plug the USB-C cable in and it just fast charges through USB-C. And if you had this plug in, it also works while wired, so you don't have to worry about that when charging. On the other hand, on the Apple official website, it said that the Apple Magic Mouse 2 is gonna last a full month of battery. But unlike this, the MX Master 3, you can't plug it in while using the mouse because it's like directly on the bottom. I don't know why Apple designed it like this. This is like not the greatest design. They could have just designed it a little bit different and put it in the front. That would make it work a lot better. So the last comparison that we're gonna make is the price. So the MX Master 3 is $100. And on the other hand, the Apple Magic Mouse surprisingly costs less at $79. So this is a $20 difference, but I think the $20 is worth it a lot because you get the ergonomics, you got all the buttons and all the OS compatibility. So yeah, but I have to give it to both of them because this is cheaper, but this has more features to it. So both of them are bang for your buck. And overall, which one do I think you're worth getting for both of them? So it's definitely the MX Master 3 due to its ergonomics, its buttons, and the ability to connect with 3 Bluetooth devices and switch easily between them with one single click. And also the ability to connect via USB-C and use the mouse while it's charging. So yeah, that's my thoughts about these two mice. Do you like this type of video? Do you want me to compare more products? Let me know in the comments below. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.